Another part that I'm going to be tidying up for the Ferguson 20 at home is this. It's kind of like a little air filter, air breather I should call it, for the diesel pump. There was a few different ones of these on the 20 diesel over the years. So you have this one. I'll get the torch now and show you the other one. I think this one up here is the later one. It's very important that this is not blocked, so your diaphragm can work. So it's that style of a one there as well. So it breathes from underneath there through the holes, and that allows, when your diaphragm is doing its thing, it allows it forward and back. So air has to flow through this. This is an earlier one, and I'm just having a little look at it here. I always try to bring a few parts home to the other Ferguson 20 every time I go home. This looks to be kind of a brass. I think you pull this out here and you can take it off and clean it. There's a little kind of a rivet lad there sticking out, a metal lad. It's broken off there, so I'm going to drill, take it off, drill and refit something in there. I have an idea what I'm going to do. So I'm not 100% sure how to take it off. I imagine it's a matter of pulling it out. So I'm going to put this in the vise. I'm going to put a bit of rubber around here, put it in the vise, and we're going to get this cover off, clean it up, blow it out, and I want to polish up this, and I want to repair the little kind of riveting that's missing off that. I held in the vise in a piece of rubber, so I'm going to go now and just get a screwdriver and just give that a try and get this off. I presume it's just a matter of pulling it outwards, like so. Could be a little bit more awkward getting it back in now. So we've one side out there, and so we're left with something like that. I presume this was meant to be a serviceable part, so okay. And then if we look around this side here, it's just a little bit caught on that rivet, and I don't want to go pulling and dragging at it too much because it'll bend the cover. So let's see if I can. That's definitely brass, I can see it. I've got to get it off that. That could be a bit of fun without damaging things. So maybe this was never cleaned or serviced. That is going to have to come off there. Okay, I'll get the torch now and show you that there seems to be, hopefully you'll be able to see this now, just the hole. Oh, you can see it there now, yeah. So there was a bit of rivet missing out of that. So it could be interesting now, trying to get this off here so we can give it a bit of a tidy up and clean out there should be this gauze in underneath it. So that doesn't really want to come off there. We might have to give it a bit of persuasion, because I don't mind it widening the hole because it kind of clips underneath it, catches underneath it. I don't want to go breaking it at the same time. This part can't be gotten new. Brass. If it is brass, I don't know, maybe it's not brass. It's a coated kind of a metal if it looks to me. I'll go nice and easy whatever I do. It is really just happy where it is, isn't it? It's a matter of widening the hole ever so slightly. It'll come over it, hopefully. So to take the minimalist approach here now, I'll be able to widen the hole with a little small round file, like I get it off. So I'll come back when I have that looking a bit better, and look, when I get it off, and we'll have a look and see what's underneath it, what we're left with. So got that off, didn't break it thankfully, so I'll be able to just widen that a bit if I have to. It'll clean out all that gunge there. So that little lad is still in it, and this side is missing, but the hole is there and it's clear. That's going in and out of the hole, so I'll be able to tap in something there, something nice. I think I have an idea when I might be able to do that. So now what we got to do is get this cleaned out. Now I don't know, does that gauze poke up? It should poke up. Hopefully I can do that without making an absolute and utter mess of the whole thing. It should just be a matter of poking down, and if I had to, I'd be able to just, being honest, probably just put in a bit of wire wool into it if I had to. So I'll have a look at that without starting to get a bit breaky up either. So I'll have a quick look from underneath as well and see if I can blow out, and maybe it might come out in one piece. Left it, another gauze in the bottom there. You probably can't even see it. It's that blocked. So we got the gauze out. So the gauze is going to go into this container here, and a bit of white spirits here. That'll wash that out. Okay, we can let that sit in there for a while. That should do its thing, and let that sit in there as well. Now I'm going to get there's a little brush fitting for the Dremel, and I'm going to give that a nice soft clean out. That's sitting in there softly with a little brush head on here. Now, doesn't that look a lot cleaner? So I'll blow out with the air gun, and this might be able to see the light of day again. And the gauze flew out of it. What harm? Sort of falling over the other side there. I'll get it now in a minute. In the meantime, what we can do is give this the same treatment, and we can get the brush at it now. It's only a light kind of a plastic kind of a brush. I wouldn't be on for shot blasting this piece, but now we can see a lot more clearly what's going on and what we have to work with. So it's a lovely part. It's period correct for the early 20 diesel. So plenty of gunk got in here over the years. You can see the mark of the gauze on it, strange enough. Interesting. Take a bit of pressure to do that now, wouldn't it? Up. So this looks like it could be a brass coated part, because some of it, is it all brass? Some of it looks like the coating is worn off. Like, could be wrong, we'll know when we clean it up a bit better. I do plan on trying to tap out a few dents in it as well. Leave a bit of patina, but I like the challenge of trying to tidy these things up as best I can. So actually, I'm right in saying there's a hole or two in it there, so it's not going to make a whole lot of difference now, I don't think. Yeah, there's definitely a hole or two in it there. You can see light through it, but it'll still function perfectly, and it's a lot better than what's on it. So yeah, we can definitely straighten this up a little bit. It's very easy to bend it. So yeah, I think we're winning. So I'm going to go and find the gauze, and then we can give this a good clean up in the vise. There's our gauze. Definitely needs another little bit of a clean. Definitely needs another bit of a clean. So I think a paintbrush or something might be better for that. Yeah. That's good. Give it a soft blowout down with the air gun. Even that'll do it. So that's good. So keep that out of the way. We'll put our piece of rubber back on over the threads. So, and we'll just give it a quick clean up. It's the beauty of these materials. There is material in them to start with, so they clean up nice. Now, so that's just a quick clean, and we can go a little bit more and get a bit more of that off if we want, but we can see what we're working with anyway. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and pick out something like that for tapping in there. We have the little bracket here, so probably not a whole lot I can do with that. I might have to do a little bit of bending here and there. But it looked to me like it went in one way there, and then this other one, and a bit of bending pushed in there, so that's okay. So we'll keep that in our magnetic tray, keep him safe. It'll be a little bit awkward to make one of them. Maybe not too bad. A bit of copper wire, maybe probably a bit too soft. Anyway, that's cleaned out nicely. So yes, let's go and pick out something to tap in there if we can. Yeah, and I'll come back when I have something found. So what I found is on Lad Shop, found this lad. He's a little rivet. You tap him in, there's a little bit of a thread on him, but he's just a little bit too big for the hole, and that is better than being too small for the hole. So get our part. This is the hole there. It's very, very small. It's just slowly starting to go into it, so I'm just going to drill him, make him a little bit bigger so we can work with him. So we'll just see if my drill bits will work. If I have anything there that might just do the trick. So that's too small. That's a 1.5 mil. So we've no choice but to go for 2 mil. He will probably clean it out a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully it won't break the drill bit. Okay, so we're at 2 mil. How are we fixed at 2 mil? I'm getting there. More importantly, so which one was that one was on there? That. What we have to figure out is this going to be too big for that? And it's not. It's going to look perfect. So do I have a 2.5 mil? I do. So I'm just going to get my vernier calipers here quickly. Check and see what sort of width do we have to. And of course the batteries is gone in this. I think it's sitting up. Let's see if we can get that battery working again. Sometimes there's just a bit of dirt on it. Yeah, a bit of dirt on the connection there. A scratch here and there should sort it maybe. The battery dirty as well. No. We'll see. Maybe that'll get it working again for us. If not, there's no big deal. Could just be dead, probably dead. I just want to get a reading on what sort of a weight are we talking? Yeah, it's coming in about same 2 mil. Just a little bit too tight, so that's okay. We'll go up to the next size. I should be able to play around with this rivet anyway, I think. Should be soft enough to change it. .5 should do the trick. Yeah, that's going to work. That's going to work perfect. Just starting to grip it. So we're winning. And we're getting this part, this period correct. Slowly right, slowly functional again. Okay, so let's see about getting this gauze back into it. So definitely nice and clean down there. We're definitely good there. Lovely piece of gauze. What do we want to do with this? Do we want to give it a little bit of a polish? I think we'll give it a bit of a polish. So we'll take out our brush head, we'll put in our polishing head. We'll squeeze out a bit of metal polish, and this will probably go everywhere. What are we on speed wise? 1, 2, we'll turn it back down to 1. Okay, bit of white spirits in this cloth, so that'll just help clean it off. A few little dents in it here and there. Nice patina up. Yeah, so it's definitely kind of a brass coat on there. Try and see if I can tap out one of them dents. we'll have a go at that and just see. We can tap it out a little bit, just for the fun of it. It's a little bit better, surely. A little bit better. I think we'll leave it at that. No point getting too fussed about it. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's that. So now we have to get out our gauze and see what's going on here. Oh, it's looking a lot cleaner now anyway. A lot cleaner. Maybe some fresh paper, and this will evaporate, so not too fussed if I don't get all of it out, but yeah, definitely a lot cleaner. So rather than go blowing that out with an air gun, actually I'll give it a light blown out and come back. Okay, so let's put this piece back in the vise. That's it clean up lovely. Just to show you, we do have the gauze in the bottom of it there. Little nip there. We have our gauze nice and clean. So that should fit back in there. Some bits of it might just fall off the outside. I don't mind that, to be honest with you. No, we managed to save it. Now we'll just see how that's going there now. Say okay. That's definitely not going to cause any problems at all with airflow. And this is just for allowing the diaphragm to return to, we'll say, full fuel position. In other words, when you press the maximum or excess fuel on the pump, and it's for letting it just go back at any time as it's governed. So we have one lad in here, and we look here and see which one that came off. I think it came off. They're all polished up now. It's hard to say. I think it's that one there came off. Yeah, because they are the ones for the clips. So with that on there, I'll make sure this is the one that I've drilled out. Which one did I drill out? While I'm at it, just make sure they're good and clear. Yeah, the clip. They are. Let's make sure this is the one I've drilled out. Yeah, that's the one I've drilled out. So we'll take a look here again. One of these was a little bit wider. There we go there. We have everything in, yeah. So we'll put that one on. Back in place. Could be a little bit awkward to get it to back over that back over the rivet. Should be able to with a bit of persuasion. Suppose it's better off being too tight than too loose. Now I can see why the gauze is after leaving a mark on the brass. Yeah, and there for the clips. So what I'm probably going to have to do is just give him a little bit of a touch of a round file, I think. I'll have a look here and see. Just to make him a little bit wider, a little bit happier to go on. very slightest amount. Very slightest amount. Probably will take a bit of time to get it right. What we probably need to do as well is just bend them in a bit at the bottom to help them get a catch on that rivet, if you want to call them a rivet, whatever you want to call them. So that rivet is just after tapping inwards a little bit. That's all that's wrong with him. So it looks like he could be a little bit loose in there. So we'll see if we can just poke him out a slight bit. Need a fairly small screwdriver for this now, I'd say. Let's get a grip in behind him. But we will get it. We'll work it. Just tap them. Must have tapped them with the hammer just a tiny bit. Now I can tap them from I have to from inside out. It's just going to be awkward to get him poking out the slightest little bit. Yeah, we're getting them there, I think. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll go again. We're just going here now with the minimalist approach. So where is our lad there? Just want to get him in underneath it if I can. Yeah, you could do it just coming out another touch. This is all the kind of stuff that's involved. Trying to get these parts usable again. Getting a little bit, slowly getting a little bit more of a catch on it there. Okay. And we haven't broken. That's a bonus. Yeah, just needs to slowly. This is going to be time consuming, but if we can get this poking out a little bit more, it'll do the trick. Worst case scenario, I have another one of them, a few of them rivets, newer rivets, and I'll be able to use them. Isn't it this way we said it was? So that's sort of coming out another nice little bit there now. Ah, that's what we want. So taking the minimalist route helps. Okay. Only thing I will say is it does need to be a little bit wider so we can get wherever I left my little file. It needs to be a little bit wider just to go over the head of that. Oh, that's it. Okay, so that's there. So now we need to tap in our new rivet in here. Get a nice grip on it there. Hopefully the camera is focusing on what I'm doing here. So this is the hole we've drilled. Lovely. Just the right amount of tension in that if I had to take it out again, I should be able to with the snouty pliers. And it looks good. Doesn't look bad at all. Looks period correct. So the final part in the puzzle is this lad here, the little bracket. So it goes in one of these. This is putting a nice bit of pressure as well on those rivets, so it should hold them all in place. Well, I'll get our snouty pliers down. Hopefully, a bit of bending, it should go back into the hole. It's a little bit hard to make out. Oh, there we go. I'm going to say it's a little bit hard to make out where the hole is on it. Little tap, tap, tap. And that should hold it in place. I'll take off our rubber. And what we have is one, what do I call it, breather. I'm happy with that. Couldn't be happier. So I'll come over here to the Ferguson 20 diesel over here. Bring a spanner or two. I think it could be 9/16 or 5/8. I'm gonna just try it for a fit. I'm sure the threads are the same. It's not going to be going on this one. This is the later one. Correct me if I'm wrong. This definitely looks to be later. So that screws out. So this one is arguably a better job. You screw that out and then you take off this cup then and you can clean out the gauze. But I imagine there's a copper washer there on that as well. It doesn't actually, not important in the slightest. So now we're left with that. I think that looks well. So this isn't going on this one because it's not correct. In a later engine, it's going on the one at home. And when I get home, next time I will show you what's on it. It's not great, but it does the trick. Part of the art of make and do now, I think that's what was on it. Okay, so that's just that another little part in the puddle in the puzzle, and yeah, you know by now, I think at this stage of the game, I'm all about these original parts with the lovely material in them and the bit of patina. I think it's it really does make these look that little bit better. It's just a little bit of attention to the finer details.